Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome. I really appreciate your decision to spend some time with us tonight. My name is Peter Caborn. I'm the Associate Vice President for Alumni Affairs and Advancement Services at Wayne State University. I also have the honor of serving as the Executive Director of the Wayne State University Alumni Association. Before we begin the formal program, I have a few Zoom webinar housekeeping items to share with everyone. Please feel free to rename yourself on your Zoom profile so that we can see who has joined with us tonight. I do encourage everyone to introduce yourselves via the chat box. Add your name, graduation year, school and college, your professional title. That way everyone can see who else is with us tonight. I do want to let everybody know that everyone will remain muted throughout tonight's panel discussion. However, many of you did submit questions when you registered for tonight's program, and we used many of those questions to guide the kind of topics that our panelists will speak about. Regardless of that, at any point in tonight's program, if you have a question, please do enter it using the Q&A function, the Q&A box. We will be monitoring that throughout tonight's discussion, and we have saved a bit of time at the end to answer additional questions. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce tonight's moderator, and he is the newly elected president of the Wayne State University Alumni Board of Directors. And I'm going to turn it over to him now, Mr. Robert Reaves.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Peter, for the introduction. And thank you to all the alumni who are on the call this evening. As some of you may know, I am a two-time graduate of Wayne State University. Graduated in 2011 with a BA in Public Relations and 2015 with a MBA from the Mike Ilitch School of Business. And I am so honored to serve as the president of the Wayne State University Alumni Association and to also be the moderator of tonight's panel discussion. With that said, I would like to introduce our panel who are with us tonight. I would like to begin with introducing Dr. Komal Kapoor, who is a regional network volunteer leader in the Los Angeles, California area, and also a new member of the Wayne State University Alumni Association Board of Directors. Welcome, Dr. K.
Hello everyone.
I would also like to introduce Adel Pascaris, who is our newly elected Alumni Board of Directors Vice President. Welcome, Adel.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
And last but not least, I would like to introduce Loren Townes, who's a longtime Mike Ilitch School of Business and Wayne State University Alumni Association volunteer. Welcome, Loren.
Thank you, Robert. Good evening, everyone.
So once again, thank you so much to our panelists for being here tonight. Like all the alumni who are on the call this evening, I'm so excited to hear your perspectives of what makes Wayne State University an amazing place and what being an alumni means to you. With that said, why don't we start with each of you telling a little bit about yourselves, perhaps your degree and graduation year, and also a brief overview of your current roles and volunteer history with the university. Dr. K, why don't we begin with you?
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Komal. I also am a two-time graduate from Wayne State. So I have a master's in organizational communication and PR from the College of Fine Performing and Communication Arts. And then I have an interdisciplinary PhD in speech communication, marketing, and anthropology. I am currently the regional network volunteer leader in Los Angeles. And I'm also a new member of Wayne State University's Alumni Board of Directors. Very excited to be here today.
Thank you, Dr. K. Adele, would you like to go next?
Sure. Well, hello, everyone. I attended Wayne State from 2007, 2009. I obtained an MBA from the School of Business, now it's the Ilitch School of Business. And when I was attending Wayne State, I was involved with the Beta Gamma Sigma Honor Society. And then years later, I decided to give back to the school. So then I have been involved with the board since 2017, and I've had the opportunity to do amazing things, from welcoming prospective students to serving on the scholarships committee to the alumni awards, recognizing distinguished alumni making a difference, such as you, Robert, serving as the nominating committee chair. We recently had 6 new members elected to the board, and I am so proud of the incredible board that we have, including Dr. Kate. And this has been one of the most diverse boards in the history of Wayne State, and I'm very proud of that. And also during my time at Wayne State, it wasn't just receiving a great education, but it was exciting being part of a great community in the heart of Detroit, watching the innovation, entrepreneurship coming out of the university, and how alumni have made such a big difference, from building successful startups to leading corporations, becoming community organizers, tackling important issues that drive change in the Detroit region.
Thank you so much, Adele. And Loren, last but not least.
Thank you, Robert. I graduated from Wayne State University from the Michaelis School of Business in 2017 with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and a minor in Communications, but with a major in Marketing. I'm a current graduate student within the Michaelis School of Business, and I'm pursuing a Master of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing again, and I'm expected to graduate in May of 2021, so I'm looking forward to that. I've been involved at Wayne State in various capacities throughout the last 3 to 4 years, including speaking engagements for some of the student organizations, for example, the Brotherhood, as well as speaking for the Organization of Black Alumni, in which that I've served as a committee member and was appointed to as a co-chair at one point in time. I also participated in helping the African American Psychology Student Organization. And while I was pursuing my bachelor's degree, I had a little fun in the marketing department, serving as a marketing street squad member, being able to go out to signature events to spread the word about the benefits of attending Wayne State, and also to just gauge feedback from the community to learn about their perception of Wayne State. So I have a strong place in my heart for Wayne State. And throughout my professional responsibility, I do work in higher education. I work at Washtenaw Community College, which is located in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And there, I serve as the manager of corporate and community engagement, in which that I help the college and manage its strategy around connecting with key organizations, community organizations, and corporate partners. And I'm also our director of Ironworkers Education. So I'm pretty busy, but I love what I do. And in my moments of leisure, I am a motivational speaker. I'm fiercely passionate about helping other people maximize their full potential by utilizing real life experiences and some proven methods that have helped me to kind of help them build resilience and cultivate a dream.
Oh, thank you so much, Loren. Well, one of the things that I noticed that each of you said is you talked a little bit about your engagement with the Alumni Association and a little bit about your workloads with how your day-to-day lives. So why don't each of you tell me why you feel it's important to engage with the Alumni Association and why you do it?
I'll get started. So I spent 6 years at Wayne State. I graduated in 2007, so it's been 10 years. And the university really was good to me. So it was my time to, give back now. So I donate money to, for scholarship funds. I have any kind of, if students have any, questions, the head of the Department of Communication reaches out and I just guide the student. I love doing that, by the way. And of course, there is that Alumni Association network, right? Which I absolutely love. So being a part of the Alumni Association helps me network. So I've attended alumni events in New York City, as well as here in Los Angeles, where I am now. And it's great because, you see some familiar faces and then you see some new, interesting people. And yet, there is this, because of the shared experiences, right? You feel like you're part of this big, happy family. You feel that because, there is something in common that, with these people. We all went to Wayne State. There's, some love for Detroit, of course, they've spent time on campus. And I think that for me makes it really special.
Thank you, Dr. K. Adele?
Yeah, and I would echo some similar sentiments. I believe we as alumni experience and skills to share with current students and other alumni. This way, we're helping build a generation of future leaders. For me personally, my mentoring journey has been very rewarding because I have helped not my mentees, but also myself, because I've learned a lot during the process about myself and also my own career trajectory. And as Dr. K was saying, giving back to the university, it was important to me because I believe for all of us, Wayne State has shaped us into the individuals, has helped shape us into the individuals that we are today. And I'm sure all of you have some memorable personal Wayne State stories that you hold near and dear to your hearts. And today, I know we're living in a strange world, in the virtual world, but it is easy to stay connected. So I encourage you to follow us on social media, check out our website, join the Alumni Association. We have a community of more than 274,000 proud alumni around the world. And we also care about student success. That's why we have joined the Alumni Association. The school has made amazing progress from graduation rates going from 26% to over 50%. And we have this warrior strong spirit. And also we have an award-winning alumni magazine. There are a million reasons to stay involved with our Alumni Association.
Yes. Thank you so much, Adele. And how about you, Loren?
You know, I totally agree. And I believe that the most practical information to be shared with someone that you can gift to someone is ascertained through lived experiences, right? We have a responsibility to be able to pull the generation that's from behind us, as well as those that are alongside of us, together to continue to advance not only our mission, but us as a society. We have a greater mission, right? And if I have the blueprint because I've lived some experiences that you may want to pursue, why not give you those nuggets so that way you can continue to pave the way? I mean, networking is key, you know, beyond the social element. I always tell people that you could be the greatest person in whatever field, right? And if nobody knows you, you'll be a lost cause and a lost talent. So therefore, we can't do any good in the world if nobody knows, right? So we have to connect, we have to inform, we have to educate. And Wayne State University has provided me the platform to be able to do that, right? To share, but also to learn from other people that are part of their foundation. They have a strong alumni foundation. And when you get to learn through other people's lived experiences, only catapults you further, and then you can take that and you can continue to dish that out. Of course, I love to give back monetarily, you know, as I can. But what's most important for me is the time, the effort, you know, the connections, because that in turn, I think is more sustaining time than money, right? Because there's no purpose sometimes associated with that. So those are just a few tidbits as to why I feel as if it's important to stay connected with Alumni Association.
Thank you so much, Loren. One of the things that I really picked up off of the things that all three of you said is lived experiences and mentorship opportunities. And one of the things that's most important to me is engaging with the Alumni Association and the university is really focusing on mentoring our students. As we all know, we have a mixture of our traditional students and our non-traditional students, a mixture of our first generation students and our legacy students. But being able to mentor all of those students and see them succeed later in life is truly an honorable experience. And I'm so happy experiences. And I think all of you would agree as well. All right, so one of the things Adele mentioned is memorable experiences. I know for a fact that I've had so many memorable experiences, both as an undergraduate student, a graduate student, and now as an alumni. So why don't each of you share events to attend as alumni and why? Dr. K?
So yeah, I mean, I have to tell you, Wayne State puts on amazing events. And here in Los Angeles, I mean, we've had events at fancy hotels, you know, at really cool breweries. You know, there was one just before COVID, we had this co-working space, which had the most beautiful, amazing views, right? So great events. The one that I remember really well, one of my favorite ones, was the presidential reception at the Waldorf Astoria in Los Angeles. And I mean, guys, I can't even begin to tell you, like there was this huge ballroom, right? Beautiful chandeliers flower arrangements everywhere, you had champagne flowing. I mean, it was just gorgeous. And I got to meet the president and the first lady, which was amazing. I met Dean Seeger, who was my professor at one point after many years, and that was lovely. And then of course I saw a few familiar faces, and then met new people. I always love meeting the new people. Okay, so overall it was just really memorable. And then there was a presentation, and I was out of school for 10 years, so this presentation gave me a really good understanding of where Wayne State has been and all the different things that they've done, and it was all very impressive. So that is clearly one event that I remember, and actually that's the event that motivated me to do more and be more active in the association.
Thank you, Dr. K. How about you, Adele?
Yeah, I would probably have to echo that. I really like the presidential receptions. Those are really nice events. The last one that we had was at the Gem Theater. And it was just wonderful getting to know alumni from all generations. And I feel that every individual that I meet, I learn so much from everybody. I also prefer the type of events where I'm able to talk to students and hoping that I will inspire them to do great things with their lives. So those are the types of events that really energize me. And of course, after our events, such as our football tailgate events, we have a lot of great events, especially here. Fortunately, now with the situation, it's been a little bit difficult, but I want to say kudos to the staff for still putting on great events virtually. So great job.
Thank you, Adele. How about you?
Hands down, the organization of Black alumni, the Holiday Social. And Dr. K mentioned motivation. I share that sentiment because that was my motivation and the segue to me becoming more involved with the Alumni Association. That's how I found out about the organization, the Black alumni, and deepen my roots, right? And I'm a social guy, so I really like as if that sometimes some of the best conversation happens when people's guards are down, everybody is a little relaxed, and we can be transparent. And I always feel as if that festive environment creates that type of climate in which you can really get to know someone, right? Their desires, their motivations, and then initially try to connect with them, right? And open up their world to other opportunities in which they can be more great people through the Alumni Association. So that's one event that I really, really love. Another event is the Kings and Queens Scholarship Ball, which is a student-led organization. And the reason why I love it is because students who are currently in college at Wayne State, they're making an effort to raise money for incoming students. So some students themselves that may be taking out loans, right? Some students themselves are working 1 or 2 jobs to pay their tuition, but yet their heart is focused on trying to make a way for somebody else and lessen the burden for them. And when I was serving on the organization of Black alumni, kudos to the Alumni Affairs Association, because through my role, they allowed us to be able to contribute to that event. And it was such a heartfelt moment. So those are 2 events, but I mean, I love them all for those that I can attend.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. I will probably say one of my favorite events, I'll actually speak past and future. My favorite event from the past was pretty much football games over the last couple years. I have never been a sports fan. However, what I will say is coming together with our staff, faculty, and our students all underneath the Friday night lights to cheer on our football players who are amazing athletes. It was just really an enjoyable experience. And even though I didn't probably understand, all of the calls and whatever else of the game, just being right there with everyone else to experience that all together really made me feel like a Wayne State Warrior. I would say one of the events that I'm looking forward to in the future is the Faculty Awards program for the Mike Ilitch School of Business. Speaking of mentors, my personal mentor from the MBA program, who I've stayed over the years now, she's actually been selected as the faculty awardee this year, and I look forward to presenting her with that award because as we all know, as we all share in this call, mentorship is so important, and I've just been lucky enough to have an amazing mentor to help get me to where I'm at today. So those are some of the events that I've enjoyed, some of the events that I'm also looking forward to in the future. I will say the next question is, before we get to our amazing guests and attendees who are on the call. If you had to give any advice or even a favorite quote to share with our fellow alumni or students, what would that advice or what would that quote be? Dr. K?
So I don't have a quote, but I do have a philosophy, and I share that with my students because, I'm a professor. I tell them, learn as much with your heart as you learn with your head, right? When you have passion and knowledge, when you combine them, that's what makes you powerful, right? So I always tell them that, and I believe it, that when you have that, then that's when you will touch lives and you will touch hearts. And that's how you're going to leave your impact on the world.
Thank you, Dr. K. How about you, Adele?
Full disclosure, I love quotes. I actually have a daily quote app on my phone. So I get a notification 9 a.m. every day with a new quote. And it inspires me, during the I would probably have to say that the one quote that comes to mind, it's probably a very famous quote, is "Be the change that you want to see in the world" by Gandhi, and also one by Mother Teresa. If you cannot feed 100 people, then feed just one. It really puts into perspective the power of giving. And sometimes we believe that we cannot make a big impact. We're not going to be able to make a big splash, but any type of impact matters. From mentoring a young student, or maybe joining the Alumni Association, or shopping local to help during this time, your one good deed can set things in motion, and unknowingly you may be setting a legacy of positive change for generations to come.
Thanks, Adele. That's great advice and an amazing quote. How about you, Loren?
Adele, I too have the same app because I see your LinkedIn story and you share those quotes. And I reckon that's a quote that I read the morning of too, but I have two quotes. My favorite quote, and these quotes, they tie in with one another. My favorite quote is from Helen Keller, and it states that a bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you fail to make the turn. And the reason why that's so important is because when you're trying to do meaningful work in this world, you're going to be faced with opposition. You're going to be faced with adversity and obstacles, right? Externally and internally. But you can't allow those obstacles, or you can't allow all the emotions that you'll experience define you or paralyze you to freeze up and not be able to make that turn to continue to get back on track. It comes with the game. It's inevitable, right? And the way in which that you have the provision to be able to do that is by what Dr. K says. I mean, you have to live. You have to try. You have to learn, right? What it is that you like, what it is that you don't like, because in essence, it builds you up. It makes you more knowledgeable, right? It adds to your reflexes, right? So then you're better to gauge on the fly and to be able to make some good decisions to get back on track. The second quote that ties into that is from one of my favorite motivational speakers of all time. His name is Zig Ziglar. He says, when obstacles arise, you change your direction to reach your goal. You don't change your decision to get there. And that's the essence of the first quote, right? You have to get back on track. You are a lot more smarter than you believe. You have what it takes, right? You have to leverage your resources. You have to be resourceful, trust within yourself, have passion, and you have to trust your compass, whatever that is guiding you, whether it be morally, whether it be a practical measure, trust it, root it, right? Because at the end of the day, that's how you continue to get back on track to be able to accomplish your goals. And we all can do that.
Thank you, Loren. And I'm going to write off the last part, Loren, accomplishing goals. And the advice that I would give to students is, while you're at Wayne State, enjoy this time. If you're going for a traditional degree, which is typically 4 years, don't rush through it. Enjoy, your classes, enjoy getting involved with student activities, enjoy connecting with alumni, because those 4 years are going to go past so fast. And in the past, Wayne State University was more so of a commuter school. And at the time when I joined Wayne State, I think it was around 2007, which seems like forever ago now. But many of my friends, they were commuter students, and I would always share with them ways to enhance their university experience by joining student organizations, getting involved in the community, which I know all of you are huge advocates for. So there's so many ways that students can enhance their experience at Wayne State University. And I think one of the ways is through connecting with alumni like us. And the other piece of advice that I would give to alumni, staying with the same message, is to get involved, stay involved with the university, and connect with our students, because many of you are role models. And it's important that our students can see that many of us, especially those of us on this call, the panelists, and all those in the chat boxes, all of you are successful. And it's important that our students see that they can one day also achieve some of the things that we've achieved.
Robert, if you don't mind, I'd like to just add 2 cents. As it relates to alumni affairs, even myself, I used to think this before I actually got involved, is that I always associated the involvement from a financial perspective. I just want to put it out there that that is not the only way in which that you could give back, right? We all understand that there's a ladder that we have to climb before we can actually contribute, right, financially, and that will come. But your time, your effort, your expertise, right, volunteerism, that is just as important, if not more, in some senses, right? So I would say, don't let that deter you. That's a stigma that is not true. You can get involved in so many ways, and I encourage people to check out what's available so they can be a part of it.
Thank you so much, Loren. Well, speaking of getting involved, I'm going to speak a little bit about ways that our alumni on the call can get involved. One of the easiest ways to stay involved is through one of our many events. We offer a variety of virtual events ranging from lectures and webinars to our newly founded Warrior Book Club. And we also have virtual wine tastings and even trivia nights. In addition to that, you can learn about our upcoming events from our events page online, through our emails, and by following us on social media. Additionally, we also have volunteer and mentorship opportunities, which is another way of alumni getting off through said opportunities. We offer fully customizable approaches to mentoring and volunteering with students and, well, students, I almost said alumni, students and alumni at various schools and colleges. So if you're interested in any of our volunteer opportunities, including our Small Plates and Big Ideas program, our industry mentorship programs, and also the Organization of Black Alumni, please reach out to the Wayne State University Alumni Association, and we can make sure that we connect you to the schools and colleges that you're interested in mentoring. Last but not least, the best thing that you can do to stay informed is to update your information on our website or through the post-event email you will receive soon after this call. Additionally, the Wayne State University Alumni Association and Alumni Affairs Office, we've adopted a new engagement platform known as the Wiser platform, which is going to help us stay connected with one another as we move forward. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to Peter, so Peter can talk a little bit about that platform.
Oh, great. Thanks, Robert. Before I talk about the platform, I just want to echo a number of things that Robert has shared. And I want to say that while we're not with all of you in person tonight, one of the blessings, I think, of the COVID era is that it brings a lot of us closer. And now all of our programs are open in many ways to all of our alumni, regardless of where you live. So I do encourage you to check out our website at alumni.wayne.edu for a full listing of all that we are planning. And there are many, and they are diverse, and they are focused on a variety of areas of the institution. The other thing I would say is that, you know, so much of giving back, as you've heard from our panelists tonight, is about helping to support the student experience. And we've worked really hard in our Alumni Relations Office to create a full concierge approach to the way that we develop a volunteer plan. So if you're interested in exploring that, there's a form on our website. All you do is fill out the form, and you will be personally contacted by one of our alumni relations officers who will talk with you about the areas of the university you would like to help impact. And we will develop with you a volunteer plan that makes sense for your interests and your time and your expertise. A lot of the opportunities that we do have certainly focus on student success. And so we do have student alumni mentorship programs now in many of our academic departments that we administer with department chairs. We have a number of student alumni programs that are focused on allowing our students to hear from our alumni experts. So whether that's our Lunch with a Lawyer program or our Warrior Conversations program. If there are skills that you believe you have that could benefit our students, we want to hear from you. We do have a whole group of current students who serve as ambassadors for the Alumni Association as part of our future alumni network. And we have a council of alumni volunteers who specifically devote time to supporting those students. So if that's something that you're interested in, we know about that. With regard to the platform that Robert mentioned, we did launch a new technology tool about 3 weeks ago. And all of you, if we have your current email address, you should have received an invitation to join that platform. It's branded as the Wayne State Alumni Network. All you do is create a profile like you would on a social media platform. But the difference is that you have the opportunity then to join specific alumni communities on the platform. So for example, we have communities devoted to those geographic locations where we have high population alumni. There's one for the DC metro area. There's one for the Los Angeles, Southern California area. In fact, Dr. K, who's part of our panel tonight, is one of our alumni leaders in Southern California. We have one for Northern California. We have one for Chicago. And we're certainly willing to explore other geographic areas if there's interest in connecting alumni in those areas. We also have a number of communities on the platform that are focused on corporate affiliation. So if you work or have retired from Ford Motor Company, there's a community just for you. If you work for Quicken Loans family of companies or General Motors, there's a group just for you. If you work for Microsoft, there's a group just for you. And then in addition to that, we have some alumni communities on the platform that are focused on personal experience or identity. So if you want to join the Organization of Black Alumni or our newly created Black Law Alumni Council, there are communities for those populations as well. But ultimately, one of the, I think, benefits of this new platform is that alumni, you can schedule calls with each other, you can connect directly through the platform, and there are also discussion boards. So if you're looking for a job, if you have a job to offer, if you're looking for a warrior or a tartar to hire, then that is a place where you can post those sorts of things and other alumni will see them. So I encourage you to create a profile on that platform. If you didn't receive the email from us or you need another email, all you have to do is contact us at WSUAA@wayne.edu and we will get you the information.
Thank you so much, Peter. Well, one of the things I've been looking forward to most during this town hall is hearing from all our alumni on this call. So at this time, we're going to open it up to the Q&A session. And I just want to remind all the participants on the call to please use the Q&A box that's at the bottom of your screen to submit any questions that you may have for the panel. I know one of the things that I would like to hear as my team, along with the Alumni Association and the Alumni Affairs Office, we definitely want to get your input about the type of events you would like to see in 2021. So if you could maybe put those type of things, the type of events that you would like to see in 2021 in the Q&A box, that would be super helpful for me.
Robert, if I might, I would just add that, tonight we branded tonight's conversation as Reconnect and Reimagine. Obviously, so much has changed in our world over the last 8 months. And so tonight I really see as the beginning of a conversation with our alumni. We want to make sure that the Alumni Association is providing value to our alumni and their lives. And so, if you have seen or experienced or participated in other programs from other organizations or other institutions you may have attended that you feel were particularly meaningful. We would love to hear about them. And certainly, you know, after tonight's program, it's not the end of the conversation. We always invite input from our alumni population. Doesn't look like we have very specific to the alumni relations experience. So I want to personally say tonight. It's wonderful to work with each of you. And again, I want to invite all of our attendees to contact us with ideas and suggestions. We certainly, again, are more than willing to work with to develop a plan of engagement that makes sense for you. We know that our alumni across really have things to offer our institutional community and our student base. So we thank everybody for joining us tonight. Robert, do you have any?
I just want to write off what you said. I just appreciate thank you. I appreciate that share their experiences with our alumni on the call. And I also appreciate, I want to thank all the participants who took time out of their day to sit on this call with us. It's been truly an honor to serve on this panel, and I look forward to engaging with all our alumni, whether you're here in Michigan or all the way in LA, during my term as president. And if the panel has anything that they would like to add, I would love to hear that too.
I just want to say thanks to Peter and Joy and Anne, everyone who put this panel together, and you, Robert, for being our moderator, and to Loren and Dr. Kate for being my companions tonight. And I wanted to wish a very happy and safe holiday season to all of our alumni.
Thank you, Adele, and thank you, Robert and Peter and everyone for putting on this event. I'm grateful to be a part of it. It's been great. I would like to offer up, just one idea from a granulated perspective, Peter, when we talk about bringing a different experience. And I don't have all the details, but I'm just thinking about maybe we can have some entrepreneur event in which that we have successful entrepreneurs to facilitate maybe a think tank, right? To serve like as some type of form of incubation to get information to upcoming entrepreneurs or new alumni. So I don't have all the details, but just thought I'd offer that up. But no, I enjoyed serving on this panel tonight, and thank you all for joining.
Hey, Loren, we can have our own Wayne State Shark Tank.
We can.
Something to think about.
Yes.
I want to say thank you as well. This has been amazing. I guess I'm seeing a lot of people from Southern California, and I want to say hi. This is awesome that you're here. All I want to say is, we had Giving Day recently, and I was really looking for, folks from Southern California to come join me and do interesting things. And, I didn't know anyone, and I'm hoping that with the Visor platform, and we do have our Facebook group where you can join. Just look for us, and we can communicate and grow this, because I know that there are people here and they all want to connect. I find them on Nextdoor sometimes, which is crazy. So let's try and get together and do things together, and make our Wayne State Alumni Association in Los Angeles strong. Really looking forward to making that happen as well.
And Dr. K, we have, just to add to what you're saying, we do have a question from one of our Southern California alumni, and I just want to be, I just want to take a moment and address the question. So as much as we'd love to provide a directory, because of data confidentiality and privacy issues that exist in today's world, we're not able to necessarily provide a full directory. However, we would be willing to connect personally to talk through our population in Southern California. There are a few institutional items that we'd have to address in order to do sort of a list review with someone in Southern California, but it's not anything we can't do in that way. And then the other thing, I'm incredibly from Southern California who joined us tonight. And so Mackenzie Friedman, who's our Senior Alumni Relations Officer, and I will talk, and we will determine how we might be able to pull a group of alumni from Southern California together with you, Dr. K, sooner rather than later, because there's clearly an energy and an interest, and we want to capitalize on that.
And I would just say, Peter, you and your team have done such a great job with connecting with alumni in every region of the country. And that's going to be something that we're going to continue to do in 2021 and beyond. So we look forward to connecting with alumni, whether you're in Chicago, LA, New York, Detroit, all across the nation, all across the world. We're going to be connecting with you, reaching out to each of you. And we want each of you to stay connected with us.
Great. I do think we have just a final visual for reminders for people who did join us tonight. We do want you to follow us on our social media. We want to make sure you know how to look at our website and connect with us there. We will include another piece of information in the follow-up communication about tonight's event related to the new platform that we have launched. Again, to take a few moments to create a profile and join that. You will find a number of alumni from around the country on the platform, and you can identify them through very easy searches. And so it is something that I think will help us to help our alumni connect with each other in a new way. So I do encourage you to look for that information too. Robert, thank you for moderating. Dr. K and Loren and Adel as well. It's been, I think, a great conversation. And again, it's the beginning of a conversation.
Thank you so much.
So thank you.
Good night.
Thanks,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.